this has to be said. I mean, it really just 28 years and counting. That's how pathetic this is.
Because I've seen enough horror movies to know any weirdo wearing a mask is never friendly.
Yeah, what is going on, guys? I hope everyone's having a fantastic day today. So, yeah, I mean, this has to be said now because I really wasn't expecting the Cowboys to really lose against Green Bay, against the 7th seed at home. At home, where the Dallas Cowboys have been absolutely amazing all year, where they have given up literally the most points, okay, and the entire year being at home. And that was literally the Eagles, okay? The Eagles literally, okay? Before I start anything here, number one, the last 6 weeks of the season for the Philadelphia Eagles. Now, until you get Cowboy fans that say, "Oh, well, you still have a game to play tomorrow," and I know what my team is. I know how they've played the last 6 weeks. If you watch all my videos, I'm completely honest. But for the Cowboy fans that have been delusional all year, that the regular season champions, okay, as what they are, this is what always happens to the Dallas Cowboys all the time. Dak Prescott choking. The defense did absolutely nothing the whole entire game. The Eagles literally gave the Cowboys, they literally put this game in their pocket, which what I thought was true because the Eagles gave up not only the division, they gave up the 2nd seed, they gave up the 1st seed, they gave up not having a home playoff game at this point. And the Dallas Cowboys literally reaped the rewards from the Eagles' mistakes and their failures the last 6 weeks of the season. Okay? Dak Prescott is the last ranked quarterback. I'm not a statistic guy, but this has every time the Dallas Cowboys, every time Dak Prescott trails in games, this is what happens. Okay. He potentially almost threw like 4 picks today. He threw what, 2, 3? I forgot how many. I think only 2, 1. And 2 of those drives, even some of those, 2 of those scoring drives on a bullshit horse collar that brought him to the other side of the field. 2 drives that got him those scores, at least in those areas where the refs really helped him down the field. Okay, because at this point, the NFL is a business, and when you have a playoff game that's not going to get many ratings now because the game is not close, you have to have a little bit of, the refs have to help out the other team a little bit. And I know I'm the last one should be talking about the refs helping anybody because the Dallas Cowboy fans have been saying that about the Eagles all year. The refs have been helping the Eagles. The refs helping the Eagles every single week. Okay, and this is 28 years. 28 years in the making and still counting. 8 years with the quarterback that is due for at least an extension next year in Dak Prescott. Like I said, the last ranked quarterback when trailing in games. The guy cannot get it done. The guy cannot put the team on his shoulders. The more that another team, especially at home, I mean, you got embarrassed at home. Okay, trust me, the Eagles are not playing good. The Eagles kind of suck, and I absolutely know that. Trust me, it is not hurting my feelings if the Eagles win or lose tomorrow. Of course, I'll be mad if they lose, but it's what's expected, I guess, if things don't change with the Philadelphia Eagles, if they don't change with Nick Sirianni, the play calling, and everything like that. Okay, so I know what standpoint the Eagles are in right now, and I know what they've looked like. And honestly, I've been kind of numb to the fact that they've been losing a lot of games and are not playing very well. And the Cowboys have been playing quite much better than the Eagles. Okay, the Cowboys came off of, a rebuilding Washington Commanders team at that last game, lost against the Bills, lost against the Miami Dolphins. And then they go into that Commanders game. They have a good game that we pretty much knew they were going to win that thing. And then literally the Eagles gifting the Dallas Cowboys a playoff game at home. I mean, and I didn't think that they were going to get really destroyed. I didn't think that they were going to get destroyed by Jordan Love. And that is a young team. Even the receiver, I forgot one of the receivers that never had a 100-yard game, and he had 150 yards against Dallas. Started playing a lot of soft zone coverage in the second half. I mean, they just weren't helping themselves at all. You know, I don't know. And I really don't even care because the amount of shit that us Eagle fans do get all year, especially me, because I feel like, at least with me, I'll be truthful with the team. And people hate my take sometimes, and people will say bad things and, say that I'm not a fan or I'm not on the wagon. And, I could go into a game saying that they could lose that game. I don't think the Eagles are going to win, but it doesn't mean I don't want to watch. It doesn't mean I don't want to support. It doesn't mean I want them to win, but I just have to be realistic at times. Aaron Jones, I mean, you ran on the Packers ran all over the Dallas Cowboys. They had no answer for Aaron Jones. I mean, he's coming off four 100-yard games and got over another 100-yard game in this game, blown coverages. I mean, you're talking about the youngest team in the NFL, and Jordan Love almost throwing what he had, like 272 yards on you today. I mean, he was just gunslinging. That guy is going to be a good future piece as a rookie coming in to Dallas, in Dallas, where they have been almost flawless at home because the Eagles literally fumbled away the opportunity to have a home game and gave it to the Dallas Cowboys. And this is what the Cowboys do. And on top of everything else, like, the regular season is the regular season. That's perfectly fine. Okay, but the playoffs is a whole different animal. You played a 7 seed, okay? A team that is somewhat rebuilding but has some good pieces intact, and actually the good coaching behind it is pretty damn good. And now all these questions are going to come in for the Dallas Cowboys, and let's see if another coach will be a scapegoat for them. Let's see what happens where you have to give Dak Prescott an extension next year before being, a $60 million cap hit, whatever it is, on the big decision they have to make. Okay? It's fool's gold all over it. I mean, all the Dallas Cowboys fans thought that the Dallas curse was lifting off, that this was their opportunity. And this was their best opportunity. They have had playoff runs. I mean, trust me, they have had chances where they have had good rosters in the past and just can't get it done. And it just results in a choke fest. And this is what they do. And I didn't expect the Packers to destroy the Dallas like this. I didn't even expect it to even happen. But like I said, at least I know that at least there's another team in the NFC East that's not playing well, and that's the Dallas Cowboys. I mean, you know what I mean? I think it puts icing on the cake, the cherry on top, that they actually have a home game, and they actually lose at home, where they have literally given up the most points, scoreless in the first quarter. I mean, McCarthy has never been this bad, and today was the worst day. Telling you right now, you meet the wrong team in the playoffs that just has more fire and is not afraid. You had a rookie quarterback going there that wasn't afraid of nothing, gunslinging the ball around, getting the run game involved. And guys, the run game is always a great thing to have, and I wish the Eagles would take some type of, and hearing, and you know what the funny thing is, going to this game, I've read a lot of rumors that Green Bay was actually running a lot of plays the 49ers were running on the Dallas Cowboys early in the season. They took some of the plays out of their playbook as well. And that's how you scheme against a team that's absolutely dominant at home. And this is another year for the Dallas Cowboys, where another regular season championship, a division title, getting your hats and your t-shirts, and that's all you got. CeeDee Lamb wasn't even involved in this game. I mean, literally, even after the first series, CeeDee Lamb was starting up some shit with Dak Prescott. I mean, that quickly. I mean, the Cowboys implode when things don't go their own way. And I don't know if they can even face that. This team can't face adversity. Is Micah Parsons going to go on his podcast and name another excuse? The best player on their defense that is one of the biggest bitches I have ever seen in my life, when he talks on a podcast and completely embarrasses himself and his fucking team. Okay, so let's get that right. But at the end of the day, the Cowboys are who they are, and this is what they do every single playoffs. And I thought they would have at least won this game and would have went to the second round to go to the 49ers if that was the case. So that's where all that goes. Now, from the Eagles side of things, going into this whole entire this playoffs now with the game on Monday night, Now, if the Eagles do now, since the Cowboys lost against Green Bay will play San Francisco at San Francisco in the divisional round. Now, if the Eagles actually beat the Buccaneers and the Rams tonight, that's playing, depending when I put out this video, the Rams do win. The Eagles will play the Rams at home, okay, against the LA Rams. So, and the Eagles have faced them early this year. You know what I mean? So, there is tape on two of these teams that we have seen already, but the Eagles got to take care of business Monday night. I mean, that's just what it is. Do I think they're going to win? I don't know. I hope they do. But the last 6 weeks has not really promised much of anything. I don't care what the players or the coaches have to say. Saying things is saying things. Doing them and doing them on the field is a completely different story. I hope they run with DeAndre Swift. I hope that the defense can hit home, defensive line can hit home on the quarterback. I really hope that there's good coverage. You're going to have Darius Slay back. You're empty at safety, moving Avonte Maddox there. There's a lot riding on this thing. If I don't see DeAndre Swift with 20 to 20, 18 to 25 carries, I would say 20 to 26, 27 carries in this game. I'm not even kidding with you. Okay, if you're not holding on to DeAndre Swift after this year, run the shit out of him at this point. There's no AJ Brown, and Devontae Smith is not 100% healthy going to this game versus the Buccaneers. But it is satisfying to now be a little bit less pressured because the Cowboys have lost in. It would be amazing to see the Eagles win a playoff game and to at least get into the divisional round and see what they could do. To have AJ Brown back for a game would be great. To be 100% on your offense would be awesome. But this is what it is. At the end of the day, with the Dallas Cowboys, we already know what they are, and they literally choked the opportunity as usual. The Eagles gave them the easiest opportunity to win where they are best fit to win football games at home. And nothing was working for them. The run game was not working for them. CeeDee Lamb didn't catch a pass over 20 yards until the end of the fourth quarter. I mean, it's so ballsy for the Packers, but even that fourth down in the fourth quarter, they still went for it and got a touchdown. Like they didn't care. They wanted to take their fucking foot and step on the Cowboys' necks and never take the pressure off. And I think that's what they did. And that's how you win playoff games. You never know who you're going to run into, and the Cowboys losing against a 7-seed team. You know what I mean? Dak Prescott for MVP. All that bullshit is out the window. You get into these playoffs, none of that shit matters anymore. It doesn't matter. What the regular season is, the regular season is. The regular season gets you to a playoff game. But if you're not 100% ready in a playoff game, if your team is not, the mindset isn't there, and some dark horse team that nobody thought the Packers were going to be in the playoffs, nobody thought the Packers were going to be there at that point. And man, with a team full of second-round picks, and they really didn't sign big guys to free agency for a very good, well-coached offense, and what they did, it was just amazing to watch. And even the Packers defense on Dak Prescott. Dak, the more times Dak is trailing in games by more and more points, the more he is, the more he is throwing incomplete passes. He's just not accurate, and potentially is just throwing more picks. I mean, that's just what he is. And no Cowboy fan is going to tell me any different. I know what the Eagles are. I know what they've been the last 6 weeks, and I'll be straight up, very serious. I'm not walking on eggshells, not going to change my persona and just hype up the Eagles every week. If something's wrong, I'm going to say there's something wrong. But the Dallas Cowboys, yes, made me very happy that their season is over now. And the Eagles still have a game tomorrow night. Potentially the Eagles could lose that game on Monday night. Potentially they can win. And I know they can win, but will they fix things and get things right? Because they have a huge opportunity here, not only to beat Tampa Bay, and you're not talking about a world beater at this point. You can have a home playoff game against the Rams at home, if the Rams do win tonight and whatever else happens within the NFC. So wild card will end after tomorrow night. And just want to go over all the news, and the Dallas Cowboys season is over very early, and we already thought that was going to happen anyway. So other than that, guys, that's pretty much it. I will see you guys on the next one. Shakes it up, follows. Peace out, guys. Peace.